November 23rd, 1982. Your name has been pulled from the labor lottery. And that's it. This is your new job. Report crossing inspector at West Creston. And now, you're in for a hell of a journey. I'm gonna stop doing the Russian accent. Welcome to the world of Papers, Please. An indie game taking place in a fictional dystopia simulating an Eastern Bloc-like country made by Lucas Pope in 2013. An absolutely astonishing one that has heavily influenced the gaming world. Papers, Please is a game that very much plays with the emotion of empathy and the natural psychopath in everyone, as you have two stamps, each with the power to save and take people's lives. The game fits in a category of a job simulator where you work all day and earn money to feed your family, but also as a mystery as you meet interesting characters all with different backstories and reasons why they're moving to Arstotzka. But let's take a deeper dive. The graphics are typically indie. The pixelated look to absolutely everything, including the text, makes the game look almost retro, but how each person is so well detailed and how everything in the game managed to easily present to you you're living in a dystopia is unique. The sound design is also incredibly unique. Each person speaking has a low growl, continuing to present the tone that everyone is in misery. As well, how the game doesn't have any music during playtime is odd but unique. Papers, Please wouldn't be the same with some background music as you mark passports. Speaking of music, the music is great. It isn't exactly special, but it is catchy. The game has 3 tracks: main theme, the death theme, and the good ending theme. The main theme just throws the Eastern Bloc-like dystopia feeling at you, as it feels like an anthem or a military march coming towards you. Meanwhile, the death theme is synonymous with Papers, Please. The game features 20 endings, with 17 of these playing this theme, and it really has that tone of, you fucked up. Finally, the good ending is just a real heart puncher. After everything you've done it right, and it really just feels amazing. Papers, Please gameplay is definitely monotonous, as it quite literally simulates the job of a border guard, but the thing that does separate this game from your average job is the people you meet along the way and the weird encounters you're presented with. At the start, you're just marking passport, but after a terrorist attack, you have to mark and check more details on more documents, which creates a difficulty curve that makes the game harder and harder over time. But you see these new restrictions make your job harder, and subsequently you see more and more people who are unable to buy these documents forge them and increase the difficulty curve exponentially. The gameplay becomes even more monotonous, but the thing that makes this game special is just before you get bored and quit the game, it completely throws a new event at you that sparks your interest. The game actively draws you into it, using complex stories and characters that change the effects of the world around you. After a while, you realise you have the power to change the world of Arstotzka and its whole in society, and this is done through the story. The story of Papers, Please takes place in Arstotzka, a country surrounded by enemies and with its people living in misery. As already discussed, your name is pulled in the labour lottery and you'll be working as the new border guard at the West Creston border. Across the few days you work as normal, denying those with discrepant passports and accepting those with valid ones. But as you work, you notice the obscene amount of documents people need to carry. Your workload has increased significantly. It's becoming harder and harder for people to enter the country. So you see more and more characters in more complicated situations, almost begging you to let them enter. Eventually, you meet the ESIC, a group of individuals who want to bring down the corruption in Arstotzka. So you continue your job, helping them in small ways and avoiding jobs that can get you killed. But as the terrorist attacks get worse, you notice the government confiscated the local people's passports to try and keep them from leaving. Everything gets harder. An epidemic gives you even more work and everyone is panicking and more load is put onto you and the people. Then it hits you. An audit. 24th of December 1982, Christmas Eve. The day where the government decides if you should continue to be an inspector. If you've helped the ESIC and don't betray them at the last moment, or if you've stayed loyal to the government, you will get the good ending. But if not, that's it. You will be executed. Papers, Please is an incredibly sad game. 17 of the 20 endings are all bad ones, and it really shows you the amount of possibilities where you can just fuck up. The game makes you realise what it's like living in an authoritarian state where one wrong move can have you executed. Some of the endings can occur by something as simple as having the wrong picture on the wall, or by refusing to help a corrupt official. The game truly creates misery by having the bad endings overrule the good endings, But the good endings do show you the power that you've had all along, and you can get these endings by outsmarting the system or sticking to it. The game is really, if you can't beat them, join them. And that's the principle that needs to be added to more story games, as there is a severe lack of them. I'm fed up of games just having multiple endings for the sake of it, or having the simple good, bad, neutral ending. This doesn't mean that this can't be done right, as Undertale managed to do it excellently, but the gaming industry needs more games with the storytelling of Papers, Please. But until we get that, Papers, Please will always be a unique game and will stay in our hearts forever. Thanks for watching.